regardless, we're here. We are here. So, with that being said, if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background, get in the box. We are only looking for some debates. We are going to get it rolling here in just a second. So again, if you guys don't mind, tap the screen, share the live, send your daily heart me. It's only one coin. It will boost the live and push us out to the FYP. We got YouTube. What up, YouTube? We got YouTube, Twitch, Instagram. If you guys don't mind, tap the screen. And Kick. What up, Kick? Make you read again. Yeah, I guess. What up, Kick? All right, let's go ahead and get this thing cranked up. You guys know how we do it. You know how we get down. Let's start this thing off right.
You stepped in the box. Now you're in the ring. Ain't no hugs here. You better take your best swing.
Mike Hot.
Who wanna step in the flame? This ain't a debate. This a mind game. Facts type lies get left in chain. One wrong word, you slapped out your name. This ain't TikTok T. This is war zone talk. No script, no filter, no safe walk. Bring stats to get scrambled like a glitch. I got fire in my mouth like I came from the pit.
Hey.
Step in if you dare. Truth hit hard like a punch in the air.
Ain't no
rules, no plan, no script.
One wrong move, get cooked real quick. No cap, no shield.
Better know your stuff
before you get revealed. Step in, don't you wanna?
Sparring with Santana. I don't care what you claim or your background. Facts only, if not, get clapped down. Whether you're left or right, or you don't even vote. If your logic is weak, I'll sink your boat.
Hey.
You talk slick, but you ain't got source.
Nope.
Just vibes, that ain't power, that's force. I'm the test, the trap, the trip, the call. You slip once, I'm snatching it all.
Boom.
Step in if you dare. You dare. Hit hard like a punch in the air. Ain't no rules, no plan, no script.
One wrong move, get cooked real quick.
No cap, no shield. Better know your stuff or you get revealed.
Hey.
Step in, don't you wanna?
Hey.
Sparring with Santana. Step in if you dare. You dare. Hit hard like a punch in the air. Ain't no rules, no plan, no script. One wrong move, get cooked real quick. No cap, no shield. Better know your stuff or you get revealed. Step in, don't you wanna? Sparring with Santana. Yeah. This ain't a safe place.
It is not.
This is flame space.
It absolutely is.
Sparring with Santana.
Guys, welcome in. This is Sparring with Santana. One-on-one debates with Trump supporters or anyone that disagrees with anything on the background. I am Santana, and we are only looking for some debates, guys. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We are only looking for some debates. If you're friendly, tap the screen, share the live, send your daily heart me. It's only one coin. It will boost the live and push us out to the FYP, guys. Let's go ahead and get it started. America doesn't care. And when I say America doesn't care, I mean Republicans, they don't care about the Epstein survivors or our country. Moderate Democrats don't care about our country, period. White men, they don't care about anything but power. White women, they don't care about white supremacy. And BLAGA, FBA, you guys don't care about black people. Hi, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with something on the background? Mickey, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background? I don't think Mickey meant to request up. I don't think Mickey meant to come up. What's that song called? It's called Sparring with Santana. It's the name of the live. It's the name of the live. Again, only request up if you were a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. What's BLAGA? Black MAGA. Black people that are conservative, black people that are MAGA. That's BLAGA. That's BLAGA. Again, only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter. We are only looking for some debates. Guys, if you don't mind, can we knock out the daily gift goal? Right now, it's a little, love you very much, But if we can knock out the daily gift goal a couple of times, it will help boost the live and push us out to the FYP. Also, sending sharing the live is really important, but so share it once or twice. But more than sharing the live, if we can repost the live, that will absolutely boost the live and help push us out to the FYP. How do I feel about the Panthers pick? It's practical. It's a left tackle. It wasn't sexy, but I love it, right? I mean, you got to get the hog molly. So I felt good about it. Again, only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. If you're over on YouTube, Twitch, or Instagram, and you would like to debate me, you do not have to leave where you are. The only thing that you have to do is click that link that's in the pinned message. And even more so, I'm going to go ahead and drop it in the comment section. And again, you don't have to leave your safe space. You just got to click that link. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do is click that link. I don't. Hi, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with something on the background?
I'm a Trump supporter because he's never going to give you up, never going to let you.
I'm blocking you. I don't think that's funny. I don't think trolls are funny. I don't think you're cute. Yeah. I started not to hit the accept button because you guys are just not good at this. It's not good at this. What about misogyny in the country? What about misogyny in this country, in the world? What about it, Mandy? I'm confused as far as you put it as a question, but it's absolutely a statement. I'm confused about that. Okay. Anyway, only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We are only looking for some debates. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. If you are a friendly, tap the screen, share the live. I'm going to keep resetting the daily gift goal to these little 1-cent gift goals. It'll help boost the live and push us out to the FYP. Just to make sure. Maybe she wants you to take those as okay. Yeah, I think that having that conversation of misogyny, yes, that is absolutely an issue. That's absolutely something that has to be addressed. I think that for the purpose of this background, that's not what we're specifically talking about, but I get it. I am never one to actually disregard the need to abolish the patriarchy. I think the one thing that I would like to say, though, is something that I do different than other people's lives is I have rotating topics. I don't do the same topic every day. And so just because you don't see me talking about misogyny, the patriarchy, or anything like that does not mean that I have not done it, because I absolutely have. So yeah, and it's going to come up in the conversation regardless, because, men are going to men. Men are going to men. Anyway, only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. I don't know if this person's going to load. I don't think this person's going to load. I'm gonna drop this person. Anywho, guys, I guess as we wait on people to someone to get the testicular fortitude to get in the box, let's just run through it. Republicans, when I talk about Epstein survivors, I do want to make sure that people understand that this is just a generalization for the basic stuff that Republicans don't care about, right? The basic level of how Republicans don't care is the fact that they don't actually care about the Epstein survivors. You're talking about a global a global sex trafficking ring with some of the most powerful people in the world explicitly implicated, and there's been no repercussions. As a matter of fact, they continue to cape for them, right? And if you take a look at like Trump supporters, they don't give a damn. Why would they care about victims or survivors of the Epstein files or survivors of Epstein? Because every chance that they get an opportunity. They get an opportunity to defend a rapist, Donald Trump. They take that opportunity to stand up and yell and scream that the person that it's already been litigated in court, person that Donald Trump actually raped, he didn't rape her, right? But that's just the baseline, because Republican as a whole, they don't care about the Constitution. They don't care about our environment. They don't care about children. They don't care about women. They don't care about any of that, right? Why do they let anyone and everyone reproduce? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. Anywho, moderate Democrats aren't any better, right? Let's be honest. If you consider yourself to be a moderate Democrat, you're someone who is riding the fence. And I don't know, like, I can understand in 2015, 2010, maybe you rode the fence. Maybe you were like, I don't know. Things are moving a little too fast. I'm not sure. Blah, 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 blah. Right? But today, you're either a fascist or you're not. Period. There's no fence riding. There's no reaching across the aisle. There's no, we need to take their feelings, their thoughts, or them into consideration. No. If you're supporting or you're trying to work with them, knowing that not only are they bad faith, but they're literal fascists, then you're a problem. White men only care about power. White men are willing to hurt, harm, endanger, thank you for the heart hands, any and everything in order to hold on to power. The issue with that is the white men that don't have power are willing to sacrifice any and everything for the white men that do have power to hold on to power. Says Southern Law Poverty Center is being investigated, ? Greg, sure. I guess I don't give a fuck about you spamming like random stuff in my comments. I'm muting you. Come up here and talk to me about it. Like, getting a request. Greg, I legitimately don't give a shit about like you saying that in the comment section. You know what's funny about like the Southern Law Poverty Center thing? Republicans keep spamming that because they think they finally got something. Oh, look at the advocacy group supporting the KKK. You guys don't give a fuck about that. Like that's the funniest shit about all of this. Like that's the funniest shit when like Republicans pretend to care about any form of racism, any form of sexism. They pretend to care about Eric Swalwell. They don't give a shit about Eric Swalwell. They pretend to care about quote unquote fraud in Minnesota. They don't give a shit about fraud in Minnesota. It's all just a fucking look, they did it. Ryder, I don't give a fuck about the one guest that was requesting. Why are you randomly spamming in my comments? How about you come up here, Bub? You said you were MAGA. I'm muting you. Now, Ryder, you get in the request or you don't get to speak anymore. Yes, man, I don't want to debate you. And the only reason I don't want to debate you is not because I know who you are. I'm positive that either you're a troll or you're just going to fucking slur, and I refuse. I refuse. Hey, yes, man, guess what? Nigger, gotcha. Already did it. Yeah, I've already slurred. It's too late. Your whole shtick is gone. Now just fuck off. Like I'm so tired of the trolls and the people who only want to come in to fucking crash in and run. Why would you slur? Because you have one fucking follower and you follow 4 people. You are absolutely coming in here to either slur or troll, and I don't have time for either one of them. I have no interest. I've already beat you to the slur. You have nothing else to add. You know what? Let's do it. Let's do it. What you got?
Okay, so you say that white men only care about power?
Yes, white men only care about power.
Okay, what if I say black men only care about stealing?
Why do black men only care about stealing?
Because they're black? Like what? Are you serious?
That doesn't even make sense. Would you like
Why
to make a comprehensive?
Why do white people only care about power?
Well, I mean, I have facts and data to put behind my statement.
Okay,
holy shit,
bring me
that
the
was gross.
statistic.
Yeah, I will.
Bring me the statistic.
Yeah, I will bring you the statistics. That's fine. Let's do this first. And I know you want to slur, but now you can't. Now you just want to talk about black people bad. So that's fine. I beat
but
you
you
to the
said
slur.
you want to bring up white people bad.
Yeah, no, you were trying to come up here to slur, but I cut you off, and now you're gonna pretend
Don't
like
worry,
you're gonna debate.
I'm not an immature little guy like that.
Sure you are. Sure you are. Anyway, question before we go too far. Can you stop like crunching and burping in the fucking mic? What the hell is happening? Perfect.
Joey.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and get into this. This question isn't even for you. I'm gonna do a proper introduction to who I am and what this is. Let's fucking go.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event. Let's get ready to rumble!
Guys, welcome in. This is Sparring with Santana. One-on-one debates with Trump supporters or anyone that disagrees with anything on the background. I am Santana. Guys, only request up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. If you're friendly, tap the screen, share the live, send your daily heart. Meet W's in the chat for Michael for the Galaxy. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. If you like to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. Pay links and links are in the bio. Santana Speaks for You is the best way to support the live. One other call out, guys, I know I made an actual comment at the start. I want to apologize. And I want to say, like, let's make sure that we're not making fun of the way that anyone speaks. I saw a couple of people saying that in the comment section, and we're not going to do that. Is Hawaiian-AZ back? Oh, Nope. You get up here. You better get up here. Where are you at? Where narcissist? Yeah, I'm muting you. You fucking love me. Get up here. I sent you a request. You ran earlier. Now you need to come back and stand on business. All right. Anyway, yes, man. Lay out your argument. Tell me why you disagree with the point without saying, well, what if I say black people? Tell me why you disagree with white men only care. Tell me why you disagree with the statement that white men only care about power. Why do you say that?
Because I just don't see that to be true at all, dude. That's complete bullshit. Just like when I said black people only care about stealing, that's obviously not true. Like, that's complete stupid, dude.
Okay. Can you like actually lay out your argument instead of saying I disagree? Can you?
Because it just doesn't make any sense. You think that white men only care about power because they're white, dude? What happened to all the white people who are homeless and they don't give a shit about power or anything? They're just homeless. Like what?
I still care about power. All right, don't
Why
worry, I
though?
got it. I'll lay out my argument, and then maybe you can understand, and we'll go from there. All right. So the reason why I say that white men only care about power is because they're willing to hurt, harm, and endanger any and everyone, including themselves, in order to uphold power. If you take a look at the founding of our country, and you take a look at the fact that over 250 years of our country's history, 90% of all the people in power, Congress, House, Senate, presidency, has been white men specifically. They pass laws that have benefited some people sometimes, but mostly harmed everyone, and ensured that they are able to monopolize violence in order to continue to control power. If you fast forward that to where we are today, white men specifically showed up and voted for Donald Trump at a higher clip than any other president in the history of the United States of America, to uphold the access to power for white men. They saw that a black woman was threatening their spot at the top of the patriarchal system, and they showed up in masses, even though they were voting for a 34 count felon, someone who has been legally held liable for rape, someone who tried to overthrow the country, and someone who told them that they were going to raise their prices. They willingly ignored all of those things and voted for their own harm, just so the white man can continue to hold power, even though they don't individually have power.
Okay, yeah, nice. So you're just speaking about some people who came here to colonize America, and then they set it up to basically run themselves, and then all of those people had children, but does that represent all of white people throughout history, throughout different parts of the world with different cultures, different things? I don't think so. I think you're just using an argument for white people in America. White people in America do not represent white people from everywhere in the world. They have different beliefs, different feelings.
Are you in America?
Oh yeah, I live in America.
Okay, so we're talking about America, and I mean, sure.
Oh, well, I thought you were just talking about white people, right?
No, on the background it says America doesn't care, and then I talk about the people who don't care. So specifically, I'm talking about white men in America. Yes, you can blow this out and talk about white men around the globe, but that's not the point of the conversation. We are talking about white men in America. That's why I brought up the 250-year history of America, and then I followed that up with the way that white men voted in 2024 that's actively harming America. We're talking about our country.
Yeah, so what about the white men who didn't vote for any of that stuff? What about the white men who voted for Kamala Harris? What about the white men who voted for Barack Obama 2 times? What about the white men who go to a whole bunch of BLM protests and fight on behalf of other communities, even though they don't have to? They're not white saviors or anything. They're still just trying to help our community, and they understand the patriarchy in America.
So are you saying there's a few good ones?
I think there's good people of any race, gender, ethnicity.
So how do
anything.
you quantify the good ones?
How do you figure out who the good ones are? Well, you have to know them on a personal basis. It's hard to know.
Wait, so if we have to know the individual white men on a basis, right? We have to know those individual white men in order to know that they are quote unquote a good one, but we know the overarching impacts that white men have had on our country and currently are having on our country as a whole. What more, what is more logical to try to sift through and find every individual white man or white man that we can say that this is the example, or can we look at the sum and see how the whole of white men have negatively impacted our country and proven that they don't care about those things, they only care about power?
Yeah, okay. I mean, sure, you could say that, but then you could say it about anything, right? You could say, oh, well, black people commit more murder. Black people commit more. They abandon. Yeah, they do. Per capita, they do.
No.
Yes, it is.
What is
50% of people in jail,
what is per capita? What does per capita have to do if you take a look at the whole?
Well, I mean, yeah, but you could say the same thing about white people as a whole.
No, you can't.
I mean, it really doesn't make any sense at all.
Listen, this is how stupid. This is how stupid the per capita argument comes in when you talk about the representation, right? So we're not talking about if you were using per capita to actually get an understanding within that same demographic, sure. But you're saying, oh, if I have 100 fucking pieces of pizza, right? And per capita, right? I have 5 slices that are gluten-free, and 2 slices of the gluten-free is cheese, and the other 3 are just random shit. Well, per capita, there's more cheese gluten pizza, but then the entire rest of the pie, there's 90 slices that's gluten-free, that's pepperoni, and then the other 5 are like different flavors. You get what I'm saying? So you can talk about the actual whole like per capita and blah 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 blah. But if there's a larger number for the entire whole, then the whole per capita conversation is fucking stupid. But you guys spam per capita because you don't understand the entire mathematics of it, and you try to hide behind, oh, per capita, per capita. Yes, per capita, it has a absolute place and space for the conversation. But when you talk about the entire whole representation of the population, no, that's absolutely not the case.
Okay, well, you could say the same thing about white people, right?
No.
Why?
Because not only does white people make up the majority within the country, white men specifically make up the total amount of violent crime within our country. They lead totally
exactly, because
as far as violent crime. No, I'm not talking about per capita. I'm talking about the total amount of violent crime. Every statistical category of violent crime, white men lead that.
Well, yeah, but there's also a lot more white men in the country than any other.
That's just an excuse.
White people, Asian. No, I don't think it's just an excuse.
You're trying to make the excuse.
Per capita.
No, you're no. You're trying to use per capita because it makes you feel better. You're trying to use per capita. No, it's you guys try to hide behind per capita because you can. That way you can say, well, look. They're still committing crime. There's less of them. So if we take a look at the smaller group and we see how many of the smaller group is committing crime, it makes the bigger number not look so bad because there's more people in the bigger number. No, it's the fucking number. Like the number is number.
Oh, okay. No, I agree.
You're literally hiding behind per capita.
Okay, so should we go to a different country that what if we go to China?
No, I don't give a fuck about a different country. I'm talking about the United States of America.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm just trying to put it in your perspective because you think America is the world, even though it's not. It's the world. You got to think about the whole thing, right? So if you go to like China,
who said
the people
anything?
Who commit the most amount of crime in China are probably Chinese people, right?
I don't care.
Right? Am I right or wrong?
I don't give a fuck about
it
China.
It doesn't make any sense to
No, it does. You keep coming up here, and this is the second time that you tried to talk about the rest of the world when I'm sitting here telling you I have it on the background for a fucking reason. You're literally trying to run. You're literally trying to run.
No, I'm just trying to explain to you that you say white men care nothing about power in America specifically.
You still haven't broken that down. The only thing that you said, the only thing that you said, no, I've broken it down multiple times. The only thing that you said is, what about black people? What about black people? That's the only thing that you keep saying. You haven't even addressed the points that I made.
Well, yeah, your point is like, oh, yeah, there's a whole bunch of white people who live in a patriarchy system, who voted for Trump, who is all this stuff because it oppresses them. But that's why I say, okay, well, what about the people who didn't?
So again, then I said, okay, so are you saying there's good white men? And you said, yes, individually. And I said, how do we quantify that? You said, well, you have to know them individually. And I said,
well,
okay.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say for anyone. To figure out if anyone is a good person.
Don't cut me off. Don't cut me off.
Go ahead. Go ahead, buddy.
If we can't quantify the individual, then we take a look at the actual whole and what has been the representation of the whole and what they have actively done in order to hold on to power. And that's why I gave not only the example.
Stereotypes, generalization.
Yeah, data is not stereotypes. Shut up. If I give you 250 years of empirical data and said that 90% of all position of power has been held by white men over 250 years, and then I also give you the fact that white men, understanding the 2 biggest groups to vote for both Kamala Harris and Donald Trump were white people, because they're the majority in the country. And I tell you, with that information, white men showed up and voted for Donald Trump at the highest clip, more than any other president, not Republican president, any other president within United States history. Address that.
Yeah, then I would say those people are stupid people who are easily manipulated and they're believing stupid shit that's not even true. But like this guy says in the comment too, does that mean like Dean and Parker, like your buddies, they only care about power? It
means what I said. You guys love saying, well, what about this person? What about this person?
No. I just want to hear it out of your mouth.
I said what I said. I have not said this person is an exception. I have not said that person is an exception. And for each and every person that comes in here and say, well, what about this person? What about that person? I don't give a fuck about what name you try to actually throw out until you can disprove the point. Until we can say that all
kind of
white
just
men.
Already did, right?
No, you didn't. You didn't.
Yeah,
until we can say all white men can unequivocally prove that they care about more than power. The point still stands. Jeff, you want to talk to him?
Okay, well, real quick, I think I would say the same.
Shut up, Jeff. You want to talk to him?
I would believe it once black people can prove that they stop abandoning the white.
Black people have the highest participation rate. Black people have the highest participation rate in their family. They are more active than any other race.
Okay,
white men touch their kids more than anyone else. White men lead in CSAM. White men, period. White men lead in CSAM. Not only CSAM, not only making CSAM, but distributing CSAM. Anyway, go ahead, Jeff.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah, I know. I'm sure you do.
I'm not really interested in somebody's misunderstanding. I don't know why it is that you're talking while I'm talking so fast in our relationship.
Who's this goofball Jeff?
This is the person who's talking. Look, if you want to call me boy, I'm not Santana. Like Santana, my brother.
Whoa.
Right?
Shut up,
I'm gonna get real disrespectful.
You can do it, Jeff.
I don't want to get real disrespectful.
He doesn't know anything. He's literally just a crash out who can't stop crying. And like, I'm trying my hardest to like not fucking clown him, but you know. Anyway,
all right.
Shut up while Jeff is talking.
Let's start over. I'm saying I don't want to. I'm not interested in somebody's misunderstanding of what per capita is. I just want to know, where did you get your information about black people and violent crime?
Yeah, you just go look at the statistics. Like, they love shooting people. They love it. It's like they get off on it.
Saying
they
you just look at the statistic, right? Saying you just look at the statistic would be like me saying, what is your favorite episode of Saturday Night Live? And you go, the one on NBC.
I don't watch that Wibble shit, dude.
I don't give a damn about, like, look, we're already at the point where you've interrupted me twice. So that's one fastball down the pipe you looked at, and then a slider on the inside corner you swung early. Please, please, please don't swing at the outside curveball, okay? Stop doing this. I'm saying, just saying look at the statistics is not an answer. Tell me which statistics you looked at.
Okay, I'll go to my computer right now. Hold on.
I've been looking for a good old-fashioned.
I try to bring up per capita, but apparently Wibblers don't like the per capita. Even
That's
though
fine.
It's like,
define per capita for me.
I was about to say, just how about you shut up and just get the information instead of complaining? Like, you complain and whine so much.
Dude, whatever.
Yeah, then get the actual information.
Okay,
listen,
whatever.
yes, man.
Whatever.
Define per capita for me.
It's like a certain amount of people in the town, in an area, and then you go off based off that, and you equalize the numbers of people.
So I was
wrong.
correct. You don't know.
Fucking wrong.
You don't know what
it
per
is.
capita.
Tell me.
You don't know what per capita means.
Well, then tell me.
It means the representation of data per 100,000 people.
that's what I just said. You complete idiot.
That's literally not what you said, Mr. Kripke. Okay.
Well, some people do it for 10,000. There's studies for 10,000.
Listen. I don't care about your misunderstanding of per capita. It's irrelevant when you're talking about proportionality. Those are two different statistics. Proportionality is the thing you're looking for. Per capita is something within a population. So it doesn't work here. Let's just get clear, where did you get the statistic? And for anybody,
I just got on my computer right now. Hold on.
That's fine. That's fine. I don't know how long it takes it to load up, but I've got time. For anybody who caught it, that was the rattlesnake shaking its tail. It was just a little light jab, so that we know that at this late at night, I don't have a filter.
Okay, tough guy, buddy. Uh-oh. Jeff don't have a filter, everybody. Oh, shit.
Look, right now I'm picturing you as a bald cartoon character. Okay.
What? What the heck?
I just wish he would shut the hell up and get his information.
I don't want to go back and forth. I'm just interested in where you got the statistics.
Okay, well, here's one right here. You can look up oillibertyfund.org. There's a whole bunch. This is on systematic racism. So it's actually something that you guys will understand, right? Systematic racism and how the country oppresses minorities.
So we got oillibertyfund.org.
Yeah, or I can do a different thing. I can do anything because every single bit of data proves it.
Listen. What is the title of the article or study that you're citing? So that
it's called Liberty Matters by Claudia Williamson Kwama, and it's called Systematic Racism and Crime. Do Blacks commit more crime than whites?
Let's see. Liberty Matters seems to be a series. Is there a specific article within this series that you're looking at?
It's called Systematic Racism and Crime. Do Blacks commit more crime than whites?
Okay.
Guys, I don't care in the chat. You can make fun of my voice. I don't give a shit. I'm not a snowflake. People have been doing it my whole life. I don't.
Yeah, shut up. I got it. Chat. And I'm trying my hardest. I apologize. I know that this guy is an absolute asshole. And so it's easy to want to make fun of the asshole who's actively trying to engage in the racism. But to his point, like, we shouldn't be making fun of his speech impediment. And I know I've slipped up a couple of times because, you know, he fucking raged me there, but we shouldn't be doing that. So let's make sure that we're not doing that.
I seriously don't care. It's okay, dude.
No. It's not. Just stop. I'm talking to my chat. Let's make sure we're not doing that. Like, make fun of him for being an idiot or whatever else, but let's not make fun of the way that he speaks. Also, for the mods as well, I saw, like, don't mute conservative. He's an asshole as well, but he's our asshole. So he's okay in the chat. Anyway, go ahead.
All right. What in this article do you want me to look at that indicates that Black people commit more crime?
It just says in 2019, Black people made up 12% of U.S. population, but they represent 26% of total arrests, including 51% of murder arrests, dude. I mean, okay, seriously, so, like, where do we think
that's
about
fine.
that, dude?
That's fine. Let's look at where they source that from. They source that from the FBI's Uniform Crime Report, Table 43. Now, I'm going to give you one and only one opportunity. You've been an embarrassment so far. So before I embarrass you from memory, take what you said back.
What did I say?
Everything you said about Black people, I'm hoping you don't, but
well, I'm not saying
back.
I believe it. It's just that's what everyone apparently says, is that they commit more crime and abandon their lives and stuff.
I don't want to worry about what other people say. I want to worry about what you said, and I want you to take it back. This is your last opportunity. Then we're going to go.
I'll pull up the National Institutions of Health here.
Listen. We're already here. You said this is citing the FBI's Uniform Crime Report, Table 43. Any report that you get from the NIH is going to cite the same thing. So what I'd like you to do is, before we go to Table 43, take what you said back.
Okay.
And concede.
Okay. Whatever.
This is me saying checkmate in 7. So you can either go through the game.
You're seriously a nerd, dude. You're a nerd.
I am the nerd, but I'm the nerd that's gonna fuck you to fuck up.
No, you won't, buddy. I would smack you, silly little guy.
Listen, I can hear you coming, but I don't care about that. I just want to know if you want to continue this conversation or not. Yes.
Yeah, I want to continue the conversation.
Okay,
dude.
great.
Go ahead.
So let's do it. Let's do it by memory. So in 2019, the latest iteration of Table 43, the most recent one that's available, right? Getting a little stale. There were about just under 8,000 arrests for red rum on Table 43A. You can verify this if you want. Table
Jeff,
1 of the exact same. Okay, yeah. So there were just under 8,000 arrests for murder. And Table 1 shows that the total amount of murders in that year were just over 16,000. So the first question is, what methodology, yes, man, did you or the author of that article use to capture the rest of the unsolved murders and see who committed them?
I don't know. I have no idea, dude.
Okay, great. So we have incomplete information and ignorance about methodology 1. Cool. Well, if you look at the top of Table 43, again, I'm doing this from memory. It says that it represents about 229 million people of the United States, a population that's about 350. So you have 2/3 of the population. Tell me, what methodology did you use to capture the other third of the population?
Like the per capita?
Wait, none of these statistics are per capita.
Yeah, it's just the numbers, dude.
No, numbers, just saying numbers is not getting you to per capita. Table 43 has nothing to do with per capita. It's not a per capita assessment. It's a proportionality assessment, if I can even give it that. But my question is, again, what methodology did you use to capture the precincts that do not report to the UCR that represent about 1/3 of the US population? Go ahead.
Yeah, I didn't use no methodology, dude. I just looked
great.
at the numbers. Like, geez
Cool.
Louise, buddy.
So now we have 2/3 of the population and half of that in the crime. So you have much less than half of the crime represented. Tell me, did you do an assessment for the concentration of police representative to the racial population of any given area across the country?
Yeah, there's like way more police in black neighborhoods and stuff like that.
Okay, cool. So did you account for that in your arrest table?
No, I didn't.
Okay. So what we have is you're just intellectually lazy. Is that what we're doing?
No, I think you're just a liar, dude.
I'm a liar. Which lie did I tell when I asked you questions?
You think that white people only care about power, man? All my friends that are white are the nicest people in the world.
They still only care about power. We'll get to that conversation later, but you're not tracking. We're talking right now about black people. We'll get to white people later. Right now, I want you to concede that you know nothing about black people and crime.
I know way more about black people than you probably do, jackass.
Yeah? Name 3 of the Divine 9. Go for it.
Dude, nobody knows what the
Phi
heck
Beta
that is.
Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. Alpha Phi Alpha Incorporated. Omega Psi Phi Incorporated. Zeta Phi Beta Incorporated. Alpha Kappa Alpha Incorporated. Shall I continue? Shall
I don't know
I
what the heck
continue?
you're reading. You're reading off a little transcript.
I'm literally looking down, you donut. I'm literally looking. I am a member of the Divine 9.
Nobody knows what the heck that is. It's some lame little fraternity.
You don't know about the black historical fraternities. My fraternity, Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, is over 100 years old.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. And you don't understand the history and legacy behind the Divine 9. And so Jeff clocked your shit and you literally folded. Anyway,
dude, you said you want
to.
Dude, you literally just said that you want a fraternity. You had to pay for friends, bro.
Solid crashing out in the
So you're telling me you had to pay for friends in college? Dude, that's so sad.
Nobody pays for friends.
You got to go to a fraternity to meet people, bro.
You don't know how a fraternity works, and that's fine.
Stop fucking burping in the mic. That's the second time I've told you to stop doing that. And also, you definitely don't know how black fraternity works, because black fraternities
I know way more black people than you ever.
Shut up. Black fraternities aren't about quote unquote friends. It's about a brotherhood. It's about sisters. There's a huge difference between black fraternities and black sororities than white fraternities. No. There's a huge difference between rushing and pledging. There's a huge difference between black fraternities and sororities and white fraternities and sororities. Not even close. Anyway, go ahead, Jeff.
You guys probably didn't even have any good hazing. You don't even know how to have fun and party and make people get drunk.
Look, that's cool. That's cool. We get that you don't understand how fraternities work.
I'm sorry. One more time, Jeff. One more time. Hey, chat.
Yeah.
Hey, chat. If you don't stop the fucking ableism, I will turn the comments off. Like, we've said this multiple times. I see the mods clocking the shit in the comments. I see Ari, I just got a text from management, like, cut the fucking shit or I will shut the entire chat off. You know we do not do that here. Yes, he is an asshole, but we will not deal with ableism. Stop. I'm sorry. Go ahead, guys.
Nah, you good. And I'm going to add this. Look, nobody says, hey, you're punching down when a different op is here and being an idiot. Okay? Like, I get that this person doesn't know anything, but nobody says, hey, you're punching down when there's only one reason you're saying that. So let's stop that. That's uncool. So now, yes, man, give or take, how old are you?
I'm 22, jackass.
Dope. You're 22 and you're white?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay. A little bit? I don't know what that means.
Yeah,
How are you
I
a
guess,
little bit
whatever.
white?
Yeah, I'm white. My family's from like Iran.
Okay, so you're white?
Yeah, a little bit white and a little bit Middle East.
Middle East is white?
No, I'm a little bit white and I'm a little bit from Iran, jackass.
So just so you know, you are in the United States, right?
Yeah, I live in the United States right now, but some of my family's from Tehran.
And I hope for the best for them. It's a terrible situation.
No, they live in America.
Okay, so you right now are in the United States.
Yeah, we all live in America
white.
now.
Yeah, you're white.
Dude, I'm a white guy, but I have Iranian in me.
Okay, that's also white.
Okay, whatever.
Fine. So you are aware of the racial disparities between white and black people in different systems, correct?
Yeah, whatever, dude.
All right, great. Let me ask you this question. When was the last time you wrote a letter to the National Institute of Health protesting, let's say, pulse oximeters?
I don't even know what that is. I'm completely honest.
When was the last time you wrote a letter to the National Institutes of Health?
I don't write letters. I never write a letter.
When did you ever complain at any hospital for
just a little bit recently? I was just there yesterday.
That's fine. Listen to the whole question so you don't get confused.
Okay, whatever.
When was the last time that you complained at a hospital for the treatment that black women get leading to their disproportionate mortality rate in maternity?
No, I never even done that before.
Okay, cool.
I'm a guy.
When was the last time that you told any person, including your parents, or did it yourself, complain to a bank or an appraiser for the disproportionate bad treatment that black people get in the financial sector?
We never done that before. We're not black.
I got you. Cool. When was the last time that you did an audit of the school system to see if the school system near you is one of the ones that disproportionately targets young black kids to put them in the school to prison pipeline by giving them harsher punishments for the same behaviors as white children?
There wasn't a single black kid ever at my school, dude. There was never a black person at my school ever, so I have no idea.
At any black school in your entire district?
Dude, I have no idea what you're even talking about.
Okay, great. When was the last time that you went to the court and wrote any kind of or found any kind of information about the sentencing disparity between black people and white people?
Dude, I don't know what the heck you're even talking about.
This is the reason I'm asking you these. This is the reason I'm asking you these questions. It's like, I'm pretty sure you've had these conversations in the past and you're well aware of the disparities, but you've done nothing to address them, which means my brother Santana is right that you are one of the white men that is concerned with nothing but power. I'm sure that if some disparity was put right in front of you, if you saw two little white children that were supposed to be sharing a toy and they weren't sharing the toy, you would have the force of will to say, hey guys, you should share.
That would be horrible.
But when it comes to black people and you know the disparities, you haven't lifted a finger.
I haven't done that yet. But I know a lot of people that
maybe do that. And there's like Bernie Sanders got arrested at the Civil Rights March when he was younger because he really cared. And that was back when people would make fun of people for even being friends with black people.
Yeah, that actually doesn't move me at all. Like a white person getting arrested can get arrested with confidence, knowing that they'll probably be arraigned before dinner and be able to be home.
But he was trying to do something, right?
No, the thing to do is to fight for liberation, not to get yourself arrested so you can be.
But he was fighting for liberation because he was at the Civil Rights March with everyone else protesting.
He wasn't fighting for liberation. Do you know how I know that?
Well,
he's still alive and nobody's liberated.
That makes completely zero sense. You can fight for something without that thing being lifted, or you know that, right?
Look, Santana, when we fight for liberation, do we fight to the last man and to the death?
Absolutely. Until everyone's free, no one's free.
So what about the people who go to like the No Kings protest and they're fighting for like anti-big government, anti-Trump, all that stuff? Are they actually caring about it since it hasn't happened yet?
No, they don't care about it. You and I have a very different definition. I just answered your question. I don't know why you're repeating me. I'm not a ventriloquist.
That's crazy, dude. I think
you and I don't know why you're interrupting me again, though. This is weird.
I think it's just hilarious. This is a typical moderate liberal mindset.
Hey, stop interrupting. I'm going to tell you. I'm not a liberal. I'm just going to tell you. You and I have a very different definition of the word fighting. I don't think that standing on a corner, while very noble, I don't think standing on a corner.
You think they should get
I don't
violent,
know.
Huh?
Again, you're interrupting. Fighting is a word that implies violence, you potato. So I don't think standing on a street corner with a poster board that you made with the fresh markers you bought at Michael's constitutes fighting. I think it's a nice gesture. I think it's cool to let the government know, but it's not fighting. It's standing.
So why don't you go do that then?
Don't worry about what I do, Fed.
Oh, okay. So you must not really care about it then, right?
Listen,
because you know not doing it.
Don't worry about what I do, you Fed.
Buddy, I'm just debunking your own argument because you know how stupid you sound. You're doing something, but
wait, hold on. Stop
you don't care about it, right?
For a moment.
Apparently, that's how that works.
Stop for a moment.
Sorry, dude. Your friend Jeff's a moron, though.
Stop for us. Just hold on. Just FYI. Wait, did someone turn the comments back on? No. Okay, they're just sharing. I turned the comments off on both the fucking TikTok. I thought I turned it. You know what? Hold on. I thought I had it turned off on the YouTube as well. Maybe I didn't get. I'm working on getting the fucking comments turned off on the YouTube as well. Because like this shit is out of hand. Like I don't know what the fuck you guys think is happening, but like. All the comments are going. The only people that have the ability to comment is going to be fucking Twitch. Like, cut the shit. Hawaiian Bear said YouTube is doing okay. I saw a couple. All right, well, if Hawaiian Bear says that YouTube can keep comments, then YouTube, you guys can keep comments for now.
All right, real quick, I'm sorry, just a rundown. So for all of you 1.3 thousand Wibbles in the chat, if any of you guys have gone to a No King protest, sorry, but you don't actually care. I'm just letting you know. You actually don't really care about the cause. You need to go do something violent. And even if you do something violent and it doesn't work out, you still don't care. That's apparently what this dipshit
I think you're
Jeff
missing
thinks.
the whole point. Like, I literally think that you're being willfully obtuse.
On the head.
Either you're being willfully obtuse or you just like it's a
Dude,
tracking
that's literally
issue.
what your buddy Jeff just said. He said that people who go to No Kings protest don't care.
Again, either you're willfully being obtuse or you're missing the point.
Nope, I'm just using his own words against him because he knows how stupid he sounds now.
Okay.
Wait, you think Go ahead, Santana.
I was about to say, I'm going to thank a couple of people because I'm behind. And then we got Ari up here as well. TikTok, if you guys, I'll turn the comments back on. But if I see it again, like I'm cutting them back off, no fucking ableism. Yes, this guy is a whole donut, but keep it together. W's in the chat for Beth for the $2 super chat to say happy Thursday. Looking forward to your stream. That was the beginning of the stream. W's in the chat for dang it, I forgot how to say your name. SS Onyx for the $9.99 euro. Said, hi, Santana. Good news. Finally getting my diagnosis tomorrow. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. I'm sure it'll be really good news, friend. W's in the chat for Fonzie for the $5 super chat to say the phrase stole from a friend to add. Oh, wait, a new phrase, stole from a friend, to add to your lexicon along with donut or didiot, soup fork. I don't know how it would work that one in. I love you too. I can try. W's in chat for Heather for the $19.99 super chat to say, as a white woman, I know when it comes to privilege, it's every man until it's no man, and it's every white person until it's no white person. That's the entire fucking argument. Thank you for fighting against racism and white supremacy. Thank you. W's in the chat for Juliet for the $2 donation. Evening Dollar Train. I know that's right. W's in the chat for Juliet. Thank you so much for the $2. W's in chat for Cassidy for the $5 donation. Saying, just wanted to thank you again for everything that you, Dean, and Parker do. It's great. It was great on. I did great on the interview the other morning, and I have a second interview Tuesday, which is incredible. Fucking kill it, Cassidy. Congratulations. You got it. Lock in, stay focused, stay calm, breathe, and you'll kill it. W's in the chat for Billy for the $15 donation saying, Billy here, love your platform. I love you. I love your platform and how you handle guests and transphobes like they've been coming hard for us. They have, which is, it's just because they want to vilify people. Like, it's the whole thing. Anyway, it really means more to me than, I appreciate the hell out of you, Billy Jane. Thank you so much. W's in the chat for Andrea for the $5 donation saying, thank you for what you do. No, thank you, friend. W's in the chat for Rachel for the $1 donation. Just accepted an offer today for the emergency department at a level 1 trauma center. First nursing job secured. Graduate in May. Holy shit. #RN. Rachel, congratulations. You are literally going to be a real life superhero. You like, who in the emergency department on a level 1 trauma? Wow. W's in the YouTube and the Twitch chat, since TikTok don't know how to act. W's in the YouTube and the Twitch chat for Rachel. Yeah, I see you, TikTok. W's in the chat for Miss Torres for the $2 donation saying, ask Jeff to make water markers acceptable. Ask Jeff if my markers from Walmart are acceptable over Michael's. What did I miss with that, Jeff?
I was talking about making them picket signs.
Oh, got it. Okay. Dummies in the chat for Amy for the $5 donation. Thank you for standing up against ableism. Even though we don't agree, we deserve to be treated with decency. Yeah, they're like, you don't have to thank me for like standing up against ableism. I fell into the same pitfall immediately. I think there's a lot to be said about how people have like a visceral reaction to either racism or, sexism or whatever. But like the point is, when you can identify it and you try to be better, you have to actively be better. And then once it's being called out, like we have to ensure that we're trying to, be better in real time. And just because someone has a different opinion than us, or, someone is a horrible person, it doesn't mean that we should lean into any form of, racism, sexism, classism, ableism, any of those things. Because what happens is that while we may think that we're targeting it towards the person that's specifically being an asshole, there's people who deal with, disabilities and things like that, that are harmed by any of that type of perpetuation. That's why I turned off the comments, because it's not about him. It's a little bit about him, sure. Like we can make a fun of him for like not knowing stuff. That's fine, but we shouldn't make fun of him for things that he can't control and things that would harm other people in terms of us doing that. So that's why like that happened. And W's in chat for Emily for the $10 donation. Just sending love. Thank you for everything that you do. Thank you so much, Emily. W's in chat for all the donos, guys. If anyone else likes to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, Paylinks in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks for You. Santana Speaks for You is the best way to support the live. If you're over on YouTube, you can send a super chat and I will read that out. Ari, I want to come to you, and then, Jeff, I know we'll come back to you, but Ari, I want to give you the floor first.
Yeah, no worries. I actually, I came to speak about what you just talked about, and then because Jeff's already eating, Jeff don't need me. I wanted to speak towards ableism real quick because, guys, what you guys are hearing right now is exactly the issue, right? and I want you guys to reflect on this, because this is a reflection moment, and you got to sit and eat this now. And I'm pointing the fingers at you. You know what you did. If I'm saying you and that hits you in your chest, it's you, right? How quickly people fall into ableism, and sexist rhetoric, right? People quickly know that the N-word's a slur, but you guys don't know the bitch is a slur. You don't know stupid is a slur. All these things are slurs. So y'all need to reflect now how quickly you fall into this rhetoric when someone you do not agree with, who is of that community, says something you do not like. What that tells me is performance rather than unpacking. Did you hear what I said? What it tells me is that your advocacy only exists when someone's performing for you. Dance for me. And the second you stop dancing, no, I don't stand for you. Unpack that. We're addressing white supremacy here. And ableism is one of the tenets of white supremacy. It's eugenics. It's also rooted in racism and anti-Blackness. Check yourselves. Also understand that disabled people are extremely isolated. When we're talking about isolated groups, and we see this happen within the manosphere, a lot of people who are targeted within these groups are people who have disabilities and feel isolated, and they're looking for community. Unfortunately for this person, it seems as though the conservatives, the Nazis, the bigots, they got to him first. Unfortunately for us, right? And when you continue rhetoric like that, they win, because they're going to keep finding community with those individuals. All you're doing is creating more isolation for them to prey on individuals who are looking for community so they can spread their bigoted rhetoric to them. Hi, my name's Ari. I'm also autistic. I've experienced this, right? You will do things to find community when you feel isolated. And isolating disabled people furthers that. Knock it off. You are not unpacking white supremacy by engaging in ableism. You're perpetuating it, and you're creating further silos. You got it, Jeff. Thank you, Santana.
Thank you, Ari. I'm actually going to talk about a different thing. That's parasocial relationships. I just dropped a blog post today about this. It's called "You Don't Know Me Like That," and I'm going to speak for my brother Santana. You don't know him like that. All right? All you goofies, when you have your whole PFP is some other grown, like a kid, literally. You don't know them people like that. They are pixels on a screen and a sound coming out your phone. That's it. Stop doing this weird behavior. Like, there are people who are content creators that are creating content. On this app, you get a lot of access to these people. That doesn't mean you know them. That doesn't mean you have a personal relationship with them. If you're a content consumer and there's something that you do not like, swipe off. The same way you would on your TV, you change your channel. Same way you would do on streaming, you go to something else. Swipe off. There's no need to make some goofy, weird comments. There's no need to like sit in people's DMs. There's no need to go above and beyond. It's not that serious. You don't know these people like that. All right. Now that we done got that out the way. Yes, man. What we have established is that you do absolutely diddly to address any disparities along racial lines. And then for the people who do the bare minimum, you want to set them against me like I give a fuck, right? While you're literally still doing nothing. Like like you do nothing. Like you've contributed zero.
You don't know that, dude.
No, we went down the list. You answered all the questions.
Real quick, did that woman just say that the word stupid is a swear? Are you serious? That's so goofy. That is seriously so goofy.
What you know about ableism?
And we're not gonna litigate that. Like, fucking lock in, yes, man. Like,
Okay,
lock in. You've been up here for an hour.
If the word stupid is a swear, then I guess I'm gonna keep swearing forever.
Lock the fuck in or fuck off. Like, at this point, you're beating a dead horse. Jeff, go ahead.
All right. So, like, I asked you the questions. If you think that you do something You don't do anything. You do below the bare minimum. The people that go to protest, they do the absolute bare minimum, like absolute bare minimum. And most of them will tell you that. And there are different reasons why that is the absolute bare minimum. And some people can only do that. Now, beyond that, you and I don't need to have a conversation. But we've already demonstrated that with regard to you at a minimum, you only care about power. You only care about convenience. You only care about comfort. You don't care about you only care about proximity, and then you only care about going up to black people who know what they're talking about and trying to act like you're on an equal footing with those same black people who read and research and have data and facts, while you pull out articles that you read or found 10 seconds ago. We're not the same.
Okay, no, I agree. So like obviously you think the bare minimum is like going to the protests and stuff. So what we should be doing, and I'm not saying I disagree, is like, you know, like pulling the Luigi. Is that what you think you should go do? Why don't you do that then? Go pull some Luigi's.
I don't know if you weren't tracking when I said if you do zero, you do less than the bare minimum.
No, I'm not talking about myself.
I don't know why you look. I
specifically.
let you say your whole thing. I didn't interrupt you, right? I don't know why you're interrupting me. That's uncivilized. That's uneducated. It's rude. So you do zero, and then you want to talk about people who do the bare minimum. Anything beyond that, you and I can't talk about because you're not about that. You're not from that world. You don't know anything about anything that Luigi would do or anybody else.
How do you know that? You don't know what I done.
Because you do zero.
Listen, dude. All I was using was your own logic against you. You basically said that people who go to No Kings protests, they don't care. They don't actually care. They're not doing anything because nothing's changed. I can use that same logic against you. You don't care because nothing that you have done has actually changed anything, right? I would assume so because the system's the same. So I'm just using your own logic against you, and it seems like you don't really like it.
No, I don't even care. Again, what you say means nothing because you do nothing.
Oh, okay, that's why. I forgot.
Yeah, you did forget. So I reminded you 3 times.
Okay, thank you, Jeffrey.
You're welcome. Very welcome. I'm really happy to point out when somebody does nothing and wants to Monday morning quarterback from their armchair and talk about what other people do.
So what's up people be doing? Should we get a whole bunch of like everyone and go just
for the final time? You don't get to be a part of that conversation.
Okay.
Because you do nothing.
Oh, okay. So
you do zero things.
But the people who do minimum,
you are a nothing.
Okay.
You're zero, like absolute negative 273 Celsius, 0 Kelvin. That's you.
Okay, Jeffrey, thank you. But the
You're
people
welcome.
like who do the minimum, like just go to the protest.
Don't worry about them. The people who do the minimum do more than you.
Yeah, but should those people be a part of the conversation then?
Don't worry about what they do. They'll be okay if asking if they can be a part of the conversation. What you need to worry about is the fact that you are trying to order a drink when you haven't gotten past the bouncer yet. You're not even in the parking lot of the club.
Oh my
You're
gosh.
still at home.
Will we? Okay, well, just because I haven't called my Congress to talk about black people getting like, I don't know, pushed to a side or something. I mean, I think there's a lot bigger issues in America. That's definitely a massive issue. But just because I haven't worked in that specific field, I don't think that makes me not doing anything right. Because you just asked me questions about, have you called people for this black person doing this or this black person doing that? And I said, no, because I'm doing other things that they think are more important.
So what are the other things that you're doing that's more important? Because I think you're like completely missing the point as far as like the entire point of like multiple points is calling out the fact that just saying that you care about something or saying that you actually stand for something does not actually mean that you are doing something. Right, you actually have to do the thing in order to show that you care about more than just power. And it has to be on a large scale. It can't just be one individual person doing something. It has to be the entirety, and you have to push other white men to do the same shit. Like, that's the entire point of this point. It's not to, like, fuck it, I'll give up the game. People for some reason think that I like to talk about this shit because I'm racist. You don't understand how this shit works. But regardless, when I tell you this is my least favorite thing to talk about. Like, this is literally one of the least favorite things for me to talk about. I honestly hate having these conversations about race because people are lazy, they're bad faith, they don't understand, and they lead with emotion instead of fucking critical thinking. So the point that Jeff is trying to get across is doing the minimum is doing fuck all. You have to do more. You have to fight. You actually have to do the work to address all the fucking things. And we have to call each other out. You should be calling white men out. I have to call black men out. I have to call men out. We have to call each other out to fix all of the fucking systems. You guys just don't understand shit because you just think you guys roll through random TikTok lives and all you want to do is like yell and say 1350 or stupid shit without critically thinking. Oh, fuck it.
No, I agree. I think we all should be doing something that is actually benefiting, like grifting to the liberal black community on TikTok. I think that's a really good thing to do. I think that's more important than actually going out in the streets and fighting and standing up against Congress or going to the White House. And
speaking of grifting, W's in the chat for Vinny for the $10 donation, saying half of my family fought the fascists in Italy. The other half fought with the IRA in Ireland. And they're still fighting for all the island to be free. Never felt more at home than when he said, never stop fighting until death or liberation. Like, fucking W's in the chat. I know that's right. W's in the chat for Vinny for that. And W's in the chat, holy shit, for Wendy. Wendy sent a $50 YouTube super chat. Didn't say anything, just sent the love. Fucking W's in the chat for Wendy, guys. Hey, I know that's right. Fucking fighter jets. If anyone else would like to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, pay links and Linktree in the bio. Santana Speaks for You. Santana Speaks for You is the best way to support the grift. Best way to support the grift. If you're over on YouTube, you can send a super chat and I will read that out, guys. Make sure that we're taking care of Ari and Jeff while both of them are up here. Make sure we're hitting that follow button. Make sure that we're showing them some love. Make sure that we're hitting their pay links and make sure you're supporting the grift. Go ahead, Jeff.
Yeah, the question on the table, while you keep trying to turn it around on somebody else, is what are the things that you do there? Yes, man?
Yeah, so I've done multiple different things. I have beat the shit out of multiple people I disagree with. That's why I was wondering, because Jeffrey, apparently, he seeks that fighting as a physical war and that protesting actually does nothing. He wants stuff more violent. So, Jeff, when was the last time you've ever even been in a physical altercation?
Holy fuck, we are not doing that. Oh my God, yes. You're the big tough guy. Yes, man. Yes, you're so scary. Everyone is scared that you're going to beat them up. Holy fuck. Oh my God.
So what I got from you is that the thing that you did was just generally be violent. That's what you did?
Well, that's what I'm getting from you, right? Because of
No, I didn't. So look, don't worry about me. We asked you the question about you.
He got flagged because he was like literally being fucking hauled. And he's talking about, that literally TikTok got you, you donut. Holy shit. Literally TikTok got you.
You can tell the ones that don't like actually do anything because every time you ask them about them, they want to turn it on somebody else.
He's been doing that the entire time he was up here.
Ari just has somebody like that on her live where it's like, hey, what's your, want to turn it around on somebody else.
I call it sand. They're just like sand.
What does that mean?
They just slip through your fingers every time you try to pin on something. They just, no.
Sometimes stuff goes over my head, Ari. I am not the sharpest spoon in the drawer.
It's okay. It's been a rough day for everybody. I think I've seen almost every mutual I had pants that lie today crash out. So I just think it's today.
Yeah, it has been a crash out day. It has. Last night was
I
a crash
crashed out
night.
earlier with that Jeff. Yeah, no, I crashed out earlier with that dude. Jeff was just talking about. I stopped talking. I was like, Jeff, it's all you. I'm not talking to him anymore. I'm not doing this.
Are you being transported to Oz? What the hell just happened?
I'm walking the dog. Sorry.
Oh, I thought you know, a twister came and like was taking you out to Oz.
Now it's a windy night in Texas.
Okay. Jeff, Ari, anything else from either one of you guys before I try to move on with some debates?
Did you say shameless plug and grift?
Do that shit.
Is that what you just said?
That is that. Jeff, you know I said that.
Right,
you
so
know I did.
Late last week, I dropped set 1 of what I call the Logic the Field Guide on my merch store. You can actually get a link to it. I should put the rest of it on my the links in the bio. Tonight, I dropped the other 2. So the whole set, if you go to endofaspecies.com and hit merch, the whole set in the debate reference library of the Intro to Logic guide is available there. They are PDFs that teach you logic. It's Intro to Logic. There are going to be more sets that teach you like Intro to Philosophy, more advanced logic, Intro to Philosophy of Religion, that kind of stuff. But if you are interested in learning logic, there is a 3-volume set at endofaspecies.com. The link to the store is in my bio. And go get that today because that's dope. And I want more people to learn how to make arguments and dissect arguments. And the first step is the intro. So if you don't know logic, you don't know nothing.
Jeff, hold on. I got something for you. This was over in the YouTube chat, and I was about to put this on the screen for you, but then I got sidetracked. My ADHD medication isn't that strong in the evening, like later in the evening. It starts to wear off, so I tend to kind of squirrel. But I got this for you, Jeff. Hold on. Doodaloo. Put this over there. Boom. And then I'm going to put this here. Someone shared this in the YouTube chat, Jeff, and I immediately thought of you.
That's hilarious. That's funny.
You know what I did? All right, Jeff, you guys know how, like, especially at night when I'm randomly scrolling through. Hold on, what happened? Hey, Spaceman, come up here and tell me about it. You've already been, no, stop denying that invite, you coward. Come up here, stop denying my invite, you fucking coward. You want to be a thumb thug, but you're too scared to come up here and say it with your chest. If you don't come up, I'm going to block you. If you did not, this is the 5th time I'm sending you an invite. If you don't accept the invite, I'm just going to block you. Oh, you turned off your permissions? Cool. Don't worry about it, sweetheart. I got you. Boom. You thumb thugs take me out every time. Anywho, Jeff, all right, you guys know how, like, especially in the evening, I like send you all a bunch of random TikToks.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I sent one to Sean last night, and it was a guy who was like, your daily prayer, let me pray for you, and going through a whole prayer. And I sent it to Sean, and I said, Sean, bow your head and pray with me.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. Anyway, anything else from either one of you?
So we have book club next week for those who want to join. And actually, I'm going to be posting our book poll for next month's book tomorrow. And I think this is a moment for chat. I'm looking at you, chat. Maybe join book club and consider. One of the books I've been trying to get book club to read are on ableism. So maybe this is an opportunity for unpacking and reading together about disability and ableism. So check out links in the bio for book club. Book club is completely free. 21 plus, because the topics we read are about white supremacy and violence. It's very violent. But yeah, that's why I wanted to come up and share and leave that note too. With the book is called The Unteachables. I've been trying to get book club to read it, so maybe we can read it next month. But thank you for having me up, Santana.
Oh, whoa, hold on. Hey, Rufus, or whatever your name is, you said this this live is cringe. What's cringe about the live?
Incredibly cringe.
What's
I think
incredibly
you guys
cringe?
just come up here and like don't really mean much about anything you say. I don't think you care.
Be specific.
What does that mean, blaga? What does blaga even mean?
That's not your point. Be specific. What have we said that's been cringe?
Yeah, you just like to lie about random. Are
Okay, you're just spamming.
Christian?
You're just spamming the things that you can think of at the moment. Just random stuff. Be specific. I need actual details.
Yeah. I'll give you the detail. Are you Christian by chance?
Yeah. Praise Jeebus. Now be specific. Be specific.
Hold on back. What'd you just say?
I said praise Jeebus. Now be specific. What's cringe about this live?
You're lucky you don't say that to my face, bucko.
Okay, so
you don't
have
make
nothing.
Fun of our Lord and Savior. I don't care if it's online.
Hold on. First and foremost, I would never make fun of like, seriously. If you think that I would make fun of Jesus, then you have your
name.
No. Listen, the thing that I need you to know is I am deadly serious about how passionate I am when it comes to my love for Christ and religion and all that other stuff. So much so, I don't know if you know this, but like I make music in my free time, right? And I made an actual song specifically for Jesus.
Dude, real quick, I can hear the estrogen in your voice. You got so much estrogen.
That's fine. Yes.
Milk out of them.
Yes. You for some reason keep thinking about my nipples. Sure, that's fine. I don't really care about you thinking about my nipples.
Lactating milk out of your
That's
tits,
fine.
Dude.
I know you want to see my nipples. That's fine. I don't care. Anyway, listen. I am a rapper, right? In my free time, because all Black people are rappers. And so since I am a rapper in my free time, and then I'm also a Christian in my free time, I'm like biologically a Christian, right?
Okay,
and since
you're clearly trolling. You can shut the hell up and carry on with the debate.
Hold on. No.
Just carry on with the debate, Jack.
Wait. I'm biologically a Christian. What are you talking about?
Dude,
anyway, I know. But listen, I would like for you to hear the song that I made for our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Okay? Check it out. I got it.
I'm my Lord and Savior. I'm on my job. If you ain't a Christian, I'ma stab you in the face. If it ain't about Jesus, I'm like, hey. But you better praise God or I'ma shoot and that's on God. I ain't playing by my Lord and Savior. I'm on my job. If you ain't a Christian, I'ma stab you in the face. If it ain't about Jesus, I'ma hit you with this cane. Jesus is the one. Hell yeah, praise Jesus Christ, nigga. Free Palestine, free TK. It's the trap game. Abraham Lincoln, 416 bars ago. R.I.P. Betty White. She ain't dead before when she died, because I know it's coming up. Get it. Hey, little bitch.
I hope you
Palestine, free TK is nuts. That was the bar of the year.
No, did you hear? This is before Betty White died. He said R.I.P. Betty White. She ain't dead, but I know it's coming.
Wow.
Oh, fuck that guy. All right, I'm sorry, guys. I apologize for getting you all caught up in my nonsense.
No, that was great. I needed that. But have a good night, everybody.
All right, thank you. You guys as well.
Word. I'll see you later.
Have a good one, bro. Guys, only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. Only look, he said free JK is wild work. Oh, my stomach hurts, guys. I think I ate too many gummy worms. Like legitimately, my fucking stomach hurts. I think I ate too many gummy worms. Oh my gosh, I'm not feeling great. Jaden, have you ever ate too many gummy worms?
Dude, I'm telling you, man. Sometimes you just be eating that stuff, man, and you just hell, man, you just keep on. It's not even funny, man. I'm telling you. How you doing though tonight? How you doing?
I'm good. Are you a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background?
I am a Trump supporter. I am.
Okay. You sure? Because like you seem kind of cool and like that would like kind of fuck up my vibe.
See, that's what a lot of my friends say. A lot of my friends are very interested in that. And I'll be honest with you, I actually wasn't until I went to boarding school, bro. Because I just graduated high school, right, man? And I went to a boarding school, like a predominantly Jewish and white like population, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was in a house with 9 other boys, and they kind of pushed me into the the setting, you know. And I'm gonna say this though. I don't approve of a lot of Trump's policies, right? I really don't. But I think that some of the stuff he's been doing is good.
Like what? Like be specific, because again, you seem pretty cool like to start, but like come on now.
No, listen, man, I get it. It's a lot, but I would say this: the one thing that he has been doing that I do overly support is his treatment for our veterans. All right, and that's one thing that for our treatment with our veterans, I mean that just his dedication to making sure that families are taken care of after their loved ones might or have passed away in their service, and that comes from my mind personally.
Are you trolling?
Myself? No, sir.
You know how much he cut from the VA and veteran benefits as well?
I do.
And you know, he said they're suckers and losers, and then said that he likes his war heroes not captured, talking about God damn it, what's his name from Arizona? What's his name? The senator, McCain, John McCain, yeah.
McCain.
And then also he didn't go to like the grave sites of the World War II veterans because it was raining and he didn't want to get his hair messed up. Like, are you sure about any of that?
Let's be honest. His hair's already messed up, so we don't have to go in there. But
like that was the excuse. That's why he didn't go.
Mm-hmm. So, like I said, I don't agree with a lot of stuff he's done. In his first term as president, he did a lot of he did. All right, let me rephrase. In the first term of his presidency, he did do a good stuff with our veterans.
What?
I will say now, right now.
No, wait. What did he do the first term? Because no, he didn't.
So the first term, I think it was also a bit different because he wasn't pushing the narratives he is now. But I would say just his outright sometimes support of our government, of our veterans, did kind of not help impact the families to make sure they felt appreciated, but just helping the system and kind of figuring out, all right, listen, these guys did fight for their country. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I will admit that Trump can be a dumbass. Not even just that, he can be a bigoted. Some stuff I'm not gonna say because I don't want to get this live restricted. You know what I'm saying? But I will say this for right now because I can agree. I was in your boys live before this. I forget his name.
Also, you don't want to say the DUMB. That's an ableist term. Sorry, I got something that threw me off, and I meant to mention that. But yeah, you want to say?
Oh, okay, my fault. I apologize.
No, you're good. Keep going.
But I was in your boys live earlier, and I will say this. I do agree with you guys on some other stuff, you know, about just the pedophilia and all this other stuff that's just absolutely despicable and disgusting.
I'm still so confused because you still haven't like said anything. And again, you don't seem unreasonable. You actually like, come on now.
No, I want to make it make sense. I want to hear your point of view of what you think is like. I want to hear your point of view. That's the main reason I came up here because I was listening to your boy earlier. And
what's my boy?
What's his name? It starts with a D. I think the blonde guy. No, the Dilbert. Who is Dilbert?
I thought Doug Funny.
The dude who did the live before this. What's his name? Dean.
Oh,
that
okay.
dude. Yeah, Dean. Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about Dilbert.
I don't even know who Dilbert is, my boy.
You don't know Dilbert? How old are you again?
I don't know who Dilbert is. Nah, man.
How old are you again?
Myself, I'm 19, sir.
Do you know Doug Funny?
I do not know who Doug Funny is. No. I'm gonna look this up afterwards. I got you.
Okay.
But I heard you in the previous live, and I kind of wanted to hear your point of view because, again, like my family is very, very, very liberal, right? Mm-hmm. And the thing is, I can't like the only reason why I kind of really switched my mentality was because I went to that school. And but the thing is, hearing what you guys sent us in the last live, right? That kind of changed me. That kind of changed my perspective a little bit more to coming back because it's not even just that. It's just because I'm understanding now. When I was hearing your conversation, the people coming up, I realized how stupid I sounded. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of making me realize that maybe I didn't understand. So that's why I came to you because you keep it real. You keep it real. 100%.
So I'll say this, right? Because like I'm from South Carolina. I grew up with and around and friends with a ton of Republicans. And even when you talk about like the idea of what being a Republican used to stand for, while I disagree with the overall premise of being like a Republican or a conservative, they had like fundamental beliefs, like foundational beliefs, things that they at least said that they stood on. And like Donald Trump and the people that he's put in power now vehemently go against what the founding principles or whatever you want to call it as far as the Republican Party, because not only are they the party of like expanding taxes for the working class and shifting wealth, but at the same time blowing up the budget, right? And they pretend to care about like the family unit, but they're actively doing things that harms the family unit. Like there's Republicans in Utah actively advocating to lower the age of consent and age of marriage, right? Like, so all of this is kind of twisted, but when you talk about what Donald Trump is actively doing, whether you talk about the fact that he's absolutely a fascist, right? I mean, you could talk about the personal stuff, him being a racist, a sexist, a classist. But if you just look at the pure basic fundamental of who he is, what this administration is doing, they've raised consumer prices, they've raised oil prices, they've increased the interest. I'm sorry, the inflation rate. They've increased unemployment. Like all of these key economic indicators, while at the same time engaging in an actual conflict that we didn't have to be in, and alienating the rest of our allies around the world, which makes us more isolationary. Like Donald Trump had the UMS, God damn it, what the fuck is the trade agreement? Not NAFTA, the one that came after. I don't know. It's late.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
my ADHD medication's wearing off. But anyway, he negotiated the trade agreement in his first term, and then came back in and said, "This trade agreement is trash. I want to get rid of it." Like every single like instance of USMCA, yes. Fucking W's in the chat for the chat. Sometimes you guys come in clutch. Like he's destroying every fundamental basic premise of what the country is supposed to be. So even if you claim to be a Republican or conservative, like I don't understand how you can still support him and this administration right now. That's the problem.
Yeah. So the one thing I can say about that is this. I mean, for me, let me kind of like give you some understanding about what I'm trying to do in my future, right? So for my future, I'm trying to become a law enforcement officer, right? And that goes my family, right? That's something I'm really proud of, and that's something I want to continue doing, right? And the reason kind of why I was more open to doing that is because of the reason of this. I've seen my people that are in law enforcement, right? When they know, okay, oh, this person's a liberal or something like that, right? it's a bit different because I think that we can all agree that mostly like law enforcement officers would be more leaning to Republicanized, right? Can we agree on that? Okay,
we can agree, but the crazy thing is, like, whether we talk about law enforcement, whether we talk about military members, whether we talk about farmers, like all of these actual like industries or whatever that tend to lean towards the Republicans or conservatism, like all of them have been hurt and harmed and lost funds because of Donald Trump. Like that doesn't even make sense unless you're a part of ICE or a part of like Border Patrol or whatever. Like local PDs have been getting their, like, there's a whole big thing that's happening down in Texas because Greg Abbott cut, I think it was like 80 something billion from the Dallas Fort Worth Police Department budget. Like they're cutting money all across. Donald Trump fucking pardon violent criminals that assaulted police officers at the Capitol.
Yeah,
he gave them pardons after they beat officers died, and he pardoned them. And that doesn't make sense.
No, yeah, and that's again, that's one reason why that's why I'm not like registered to vote right now. Is that's because I can't. Number one, I know that my views right now are very flip-floppy, right? Because I'm still trying to figure it out. You know, I'm still young. I'm still trying to figure out what I'm trying to do.
That's fine. And I mean, you learn, and then also, like, you should be willing to adjust your views based off of new information. I would never knock anyone for that. So,
no, that's exactly why I came on here, because I was listening to you guys before, and I was like, all right, this brother keeps it real. Like he's not gonna flip flop around. He's gonna make sure it stays real, you know. And I saw the chat. So if it came down to it right now, what if it was between, let's say, Trump and what candidate?
I hate saying that. I hate the question, like, oh, if you had to vote today and it was between Trump and Kamala, who would you vote for? I hate that question. It's so stupid because one, like, we live in the past. That's not a thing. And two, we can't vote for a new president right now. While I can say, like, you shouldn't support him and you should advocate for other candidates that'll hold his powers in check, like saying who would you vote for today, I think that's nonsensical. And even more so, like, giving any credence to voting for Donald Trump again goes against the Constitution, which Republicans like swear they love the Constitution, and even giving that any type of validity says that, like, fuck the Constitution. So I hate that question so much.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was kind of about to say. Is like I didn't get that question because I was like again, man, I'm keeping it real with you, right? Like I'm not trying to bullshit around. People say I'm trolling. I'm being so real. I came on here just to get
you seem kind of genuine,
you know. And the thing is, man, like I've taught my parents about this, right? And they're kind of like, listen, we'll love you regardless of what you do. And that's the reason why they were like, all right, how about you look at these different points of view, right? See what really you side with. And when when I was listening to you, I was listening to Dean, I'm understanding what is going on now, like more than ever. Because when you were talking to that other, again, I'm trying to be respectful, that other idiot dude, it really made me think about how the left perceives us, and like people are like thinking of joining the right. It makes me seem, okay, this is stupid. I can't. As a black person in America, I can't support this now.
That's the biggest thing for me, right? Because like I don't vote for Democrats because I'm black, right? Like I have no party allegiance to Democrats. The only reason that I do vote is I vote for like progression because I'm black. Like that's the only reason, because I have an understanding of like the history of black people within this country, and understanding that black people will always be harmed with any type of conservative values, because conservatism only takes away from black people. Because if you hold on or you slow things down, then the equality, liberation, and freedom that black people want, need, and desire will never come. That's why I can never vote for Republicans or conservatives, because black people still don't have the equity that we should have. So voting for conservatism is voting against equity and progression for black people, and I could never do that. And the Democrats don't do it that well at all, but at least they're doing something better than what the conservatives are.
Yeah, and that's one thing that I've been trying to figure out is like, who do I stand with? But in all honesty, man, I can't really side with anybody at this point, because I know I can definitely not stand with Republicans, right? I know that for a fact. Yeah. Now, after talking to you and listening to Dean and listening to my family, and listening to kind of everything I've been thinking about for the past 3 or 4 months, right? Mm-hmm. But also, I don't know where to go in general as the Democrat side, because again, I've heard this too. My mother said this too. We as Democrats, right? They haven't really been trying to push anything.
No,
right?
No, that's why if you look at my background and you see where I said it says moderate Democrat or moderate Dems, they don't care about our country. Yeah. They don't. Like, if anyone who considers themselves to be moderate, like they're not progressing. And it goes back to my entire point that I've been making. You have to progress things and make things better for all Americans. Like, I truly, truly, truly believe that we need a country that's going to be beneficial for everyone that lives in this country, and not just the ultra wealthy, not just, one specific race, not just one specific gender. Like, we need a country that's going to benefit everybody. And without a country that's going to benefit everybody, like, we're all losing. And for people who try to like straddle the line and they don't fight for progression, like, that's the problem.
Yeah. Yeah. And I understand that, and I get that completely. I really do. And I mean, like I said before, that's why I came on here, just to kind of get it from you too. Because like I said, you keep it real. Like, even though it don't matter how hard-headed your guests are, that's why I came in here with open mind, is trying to get, your 2 cents in, so I could kind of go forward with a better outlook on that. And someone just said, are you joining us?
I wouldn't answer that question. The only reason I would say that, I'm going to. Well, the only reason I would say that is because, one, like, let's be honest, you don't have to answer that question today. And putting that type of like pressure in the moment, I think that's silly. The only thing that I would advocate for is like educate yourself. That's the only thing that I really would really hope that you do. Take your time to not only learn more about what's happening like in your local politics, state level politics, the federal level politics. Take a look at the history of the party, get some numbers, take a look at like the economic impacts, take a look at what people are running on and what people are advocating for, and then ensure that you understand what aligns with your values and what aligns with what you think is best, and then make your decision from there. And if you make a decision that, you care about the betterment of the country, if you care about like trying to get any type of progress towards things, like the things that I care about, I advocate for is universal health care, a free public option for college, to raise the federal minimum wage, food securities for people, like all these things. And there's no way that I could ever get that from the right. I don't know if I'll ever be able to get it from the left, but I know I'm not going to get it from the right. So I vote for the left. And I like, we have to hold, even if you vote for the Democrats, giving them your vote does not mean that you let them off the hook. Giving them your vote means like, now you hold them accountable and say, I voted for you. Do what the fuck I want you to do because you owe me. And that's what your vote should be. Like, you're accountable to me because I gave you my vote. Now do something to make shit better.
No, yeah. And that's what I'm going to say this to that person who asked me that question. All right. I'm going to say this, and I'm going to answer right now. Again, like, after I've been thinking about this for a good while now, right? And after talking to you too, I like you said, I can't stand with Republicans, right? I don't know whether a Democrat like leaning politics is something for me, but I know that, like you said, like as of course of a Black person in America, right? In general, who has I actually have a grandmother who was a freedom rider, right? She was heartbroken when I started talking about other stuff, right?
Come on, man. Look, grow my no ball.
Was the first Black profession.
Come on, like, see, I fucking knew it. All right, you got to hang out here because ain't no fucking way. Like, now I have a spot for like old people, and specifically I have a spot for like grandmas. I love grandmas. Like, come on now, Jaden.
Nah, really? Yeah, and like I said, man, my grandfather was the first Black professor at Amherst College, and hearing it from them, right, too, hearing their stories, right, and hearing like, I went through this, right, And what you're saying right now goes against everything. That's why I came here as well. And I was like, all right, you know, even hearing all these stories right now is like, dude, we kind of going back.
Yeah.
So even thinking about, because I look back at some of the stuff he was saying, right, about women, about just different minority groups, about his doing that diddly stuff on that private island, you know, that's right. Like I said, right now, that's why I just can't stand with them now, knowing all I know now, you know, hearing what my grandmother said, because that was the first time I think my grandma was dead ass disappointed in me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And, you know, that's something that, you know, I don't want to be known as the black sellout.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because honestly, I felt that way. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I came here. I was trying to figure out. You know what I'm saying?
I'll say this. I mean, like, obviously, I don't know you on a personal level, but it sounds like you have like a lot of impactful people in your family, like people who have who can look through life from a historical lens, and like, fuck sitting here talking to me. Go talk to them, right? Like having that conversation with them, it would be more beneficial than talking to me, because, like, you know, them understanding the scope and breadth and depth of our history in this country. And then like one of my favorite things is history may not repeat itself, but it often rhymes.
Yeah.
Like them having the understanding of where we are within society and how things actually work and how things have worked. That's more knowledge than you could ever get out of anything that I could say. Like, I don't know. It sounds like you got a lot of good people around you. I understand your perspective as far as like going off to boarding school and then being influenced by the people that are around you. I can't knock you for that. You're also young and you're trying to find your political identity. You're trying to find out who you are as a person and all this other stuff that's all understandable. But man, I'm telling you, it sounds like you got some really good people in your family. Like I would start at home.
Yeah, and like I said, because someone asked me like, how'd you get that way? Honestly, the person that was up here before, Ari, I believe her name was. Am I correct?
Ari's dope.
Yeah, I was, because I heard her say, oh, people usually like when like people are getting like bullied or something, they try to gravitate toward a group. So before I went to boarding school, you know, I was that dude kind of getting bullied, and now thinking back on it, that's the people that I gravitated towards, because those are kind of like the people that kind of took me in, but now I kind of see it's kind of like bringing in, it's kind of like grooming in a way, you know what I'm saying? Because now thinking about it, you know, they bought me food, you know, they brought me to their house, be like, yo, dude, you know, you're our brother now. And now thinking back on it, having this conversation with you is now eye-opening, because I'm now thinking about it, and think what Ari said is now I'm realizing I was looking for those people to kind of give me that guidance, right? And I was far from home. I was a whole 2 states away from home. No, I didn't see my parents. I didn't see my mother, my father, anyone for like for a good month. So now thinking about it really, and then listening from you and from Ari, just understanding like, okay, that's where it comes from. Is the people that are looking for that community and looking for that thing. That's what you kind of drag into.
Someone just said in the comment, it's the manosphere. Like there's so much to like the idea of like toxic masculinity and how I'm gonna like honestly the right absolutely weaponizes the manosphere, and from like I don't know if you heard about part of ICE's budget was to hire influencers, specifically right-wing influencers that had positive dispositions towards ICE, for them to make and post content about right-wing content about ICE that was a positive light, and then it was supposed to be marketed towards specifically like men that attended like rodeo, NASCAR, worked out, all this other stuff. Like they wanted to push the propaganda towards those men specifically that it would resonate with, that was all wrapped up in like toxic masculinity and the manosphere. So like it's a whole thing. Like it's a whole thing to it.
Yeah. All right, but I appreciate the time, because I know people want to come up here and have a good debate with you, but I want to get your hindsight on this. You know, I'm gonna still stay in here and listen to you guys. You know,
yeah.
But like I said, man, I really do appreciate you guys, and even the chat give me that time of day to kind of, you know, figure that stuff out. And like I said, I'm gonna still figure myself out, but I appreciate everyone giving me that space and that kind of positive interaction and kind of,
I would
like,
just
all right,
say,
bro, get this shit straight.
educate yourself and then go talk to your family, because you got some historians in your family. Like, go talk to you. Listen, if I could have one more conversation with my grandma, like you have no idea what I would give just to be able to talk to her one more time. So go talk to your people.
All right, I appreciate it. I thank you guys. Thank you, chat. I appreciate all of you. Appreciate you, Santana. I really do. Appreciate it.
All right,
bro.
have a good one.
You too, man.
W's in the chat, guys. Listen, not gonna hold you, chat. I've been up here struggling. I ate too many gummy worms and now my stomach hurts. I've been up here struggling. My stomach is killing me now because I ate too many fucking gummy worms. I tried to drink water, but it's still not working. I don't know if I can do one more. Debbie's in the chat for Dante for the $10 donation, saying, "What's up? You got the same name as my sister, really? I always enjoy your lives, always there to educate and show respect. Also, shout out to Ari. I know that's right. Ari's dope. Just finished watching her lives. She makes them fun while also talking about taking no BS. Also, Jeff just gained a follower after this, my friend. Like, all of them are dope. That's the only reason. Listen, Ari's a nerd, right? Chat. We can all admit and agree that Ari's a nerd, right? But she's a cool nerd, and so that's why we let her hang out. That's the only reason we let Ari hang out with us, because she is a nerd, but she is a cool nerd. So W's in the chat for Dante. W's in chat for Ari and Jeff as well, for sure. W's in chat for John for the $5 donation, saying, "My mom and dad both served in World War II and fought fascists in Germany." I could have sworn we all had an agreement that, like, Indiana Jones made a pact with all of us and we made the agreement that we're just going to punch Nazis in the face. Did I just get? Yeah, you did just get the good nerd. Yeah, you did. I could have sworn, like, all of us had the agreement that we punch Nazis in the face, though. Like, what the fuck happened? W's in the chat for Zeza, who sent a $10 donation, saying, "You're about to have me stimming for the rest of the night. Jesus is the one." That fucking song is hilarious. I looked that up. I happened to look it up last night and I played it for management. You guys know, like, I make management look and listen to like the most random shit. Like, I am so random at all times, and I make her look and listen to like all the random shit that I think of and find. So, like, there's that. W's in chat for Dante, who sent another $15 donation, saying, "Also, when are you doing bringing the late night panels back? Love the deconstruction of religion. Hope I said it right. Absolutely. So we've been off for late nights, but late nights will be back this Sunday, and I don't want to tell you guys the topic yet. It's funny, we have been talking about, like, how are we going to do this, especially coming off of like the religion topic. We had to have something that's massive, and we got something that's really big. So late nights with Santana will be back this Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It's going to be a really big, heavy, deep topic. Is Sean here? I said it's going to be a really big, heavy, deep topic. Sean isn't here. Okay, cool. But late nights, late nights will be back this Sunday. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Late nights with Santana, which is the panel discussion. We talk about like a lot of really important stuff, and I think that conversation is going to be really, really good. I'll have a special co-host helping me with this conversation, and so yeah, you guys, I'll let you guys know about that one. W's in the chat for holy fuck. W's in the chat for Land Rose for the fucking $50 donation. fucking $50 donation. I'm gonna read it out. I'm gonna read it out because I think it's important to read this out. White people need to be taking the accountability, and the unwillingness is both unacceptable and embarrassing. We have the opportunity to be better and we aren't. The white community needs to do better. You know what's so funny? Because like I love when people like, oh, you hate white people or you're racist towards white people and da 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 da. And like it's funny because me and like some of my closest people and relatives like are white. And we make fun of like that whole premise. The reason why I specifically call out like white men so much is not only because of the way that our society is structured, but I know a lot of like really good, in my opinion, good white men, and everybody could do that. Like there's no reason that the personal relationship that I have was like white men in my personal life, like everyone else couldn't be that way. And so of course I'm going to call out everyone I'm going to continue to call you out because I can see it with my own fucking eyes. Like I know that like there are white men that know how to do the fucking
like FBA or, the original people of the land and stuff like that. Like they can get toxic, but I don't think that it helps when it gets to that point. It's difficult and it's difficult to navigate. It took me a very long time to like actually like create these topics and then hit start, because I'm so used to talking about racism and white supremacy. But it's hard to have these conversations online, right? It definitely was like feeling very uncomfortable about it in the beginning. But so this is not to like, because they get to the point of like saying and doing some really harmful things, and that's not my goal. That is not my goal, which is why I ask questions, right? I don't think it would be productive of me to just start. You ain't shit, you know what I'm saying? Like that's unproductive. I think it's far more productive for people to just like hear the conversation. I think that's a lot more productive. My goal is not to perpetuate more anti-Blackness, but hopefully to deter someone from falling victim to that, right? Because again, it's rooted in white supremacy. It wouldn't be an issue if there wasn't white supremacy, if people didn't internalize it. Because we all have anti-Blackness to unpack, every last one of us. Some of us have things to unpack that we don't even realize are anti-Black. Because listen, it's a whole lot of Black people that know where they come from, but they don't want to deconstruct that patriarchy, though. You know what I'm saying? That's harmful too. It's a lot of Black parents, you know what I'm saying, that know their history, but they still using the colonizers' ways of disciplining their children. You feel me? It's a whole lot of Black people that understand these things, right? But seek out goals that would perpetuate capitalism. That exists amongst all of us. But for me, the line is going to be drawn at people who intentionally reject the truth and who do that while engaging in anti-Blackness on.
They try to Martin Luther King you. They just tried to take us out because we were speaking the truth. We knew what happened, chat. We knew. When you start telling the truth, that's when they make your stream lag. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. They say it was Gomez Inez de Zerara. He tried to keep the black man down again. Son of a, you know what? Y'all ain't shit. Y'all ain't shit. Y'all ain't shit. Really? Yeah, I was just saying that I know for a fact that white men can be held to this standard because I see it on a daily basis, and I think there's culpability and accountability that needs to be had. So whatever. You don't know that I love y'all. Stop it. Who told y'all I love y'all? I don't know about all that. Sometimes y'all got a little bit of a funky attitude. I don't know. Sometimes y'all don't act right. I don't know. Sometimes y'all be tripping. I don't know. Maybe. Whatever. Okay. Whatever. W's in the chat for that. W's in the chat for Holly for the $5 donation saying, Alabama's. What's Alabama? Oh, yeah. Oh, that's what I got. Alabama's. So Alabama's gummy worms are superior. Flavors of fire, and they won't, then they're woman owned. Really? Got to be mindful how many you eat, though. Yeah, I ate too many. And now, like, my stomach, it's starting to feel better, though. Like, if I'm gonna be honest, it's starting to feel a little bit better. But they are really good. You said better get that sponsorship. I don't know. You know, management got mad at me the other night. She said, "You have them fucking gummy worms in your pocket?" And I pulled them out, said pocket worms. She was so pissed off. I was like, pocket worms. And Gubby's in the chat. You can say sharing is caring. Whatever, girl. Pocket worms. And holy fuck. W's in the chat for Philip. What up, bro? Philip sent $100 donation saying, not the bubble guts. Listen, it hits like right here, right? It's like, you know how, like, it's not your entire stomach. It's like right there, like right below your ribs. Like when it feels like it's something just trapped, like right, and you feel like if you just press it, look, and you know, and then I have to drink water, and then that helps. I don't know. It's gas. Sometimes it happens when I have too much sweet. That's them pocket worms. It is them pocket worms. Renner spoons. We give them soup free, and we rent them spoons. W's in the chat for Philip. Thank you so much for that $100 donation. Fucking awesome, bro. Over on YouTube, really quick. Holy shit, I didn't know I was that behind on YouTube. Holy fuck, sorry. Sonia. Excuse me, guys. Holy smokes. Sonia, W's in the chat for Sonia for the $19.99 euro. Just a reminder to all three of you guys, you're doing great. Give yourself some grace. Thank you for spreading the knowledge to others. All three of you. Thank you so much, Sonia. I appreciate the hell out of you. I truly, sincerely mean that. W's in the chat for Sonia. W's in the chat for Eddie, who sent $5 Aussie to say, get this dude to read about Lee Atwater. Oh, Eddie, I didn't even think about that. Lee Atwater and the Southern Strategy. Jaden, if you're still here, you should absolutely read up on Lee Atwater and the Southern Strategy. Holy fuck. W's in the chat for Eddie. And Eddie is Aussie for the $5 Aussie. Yeah, Lee Atwater and the Southern Strategy. I love our international family. Like for fucking real. We got some dope international people in our community. W's in the chat for my brother 6'8" Tony, who sent a $5 super chat to say, I don't understand this, brother. It's sad he knows the truth, but he still believes Trump is Jesus. It's crazy. Yeah, I think like he came to the realization, and I think that's like a big thing, right? I think that's a huge thing. And so getting to that point and then going through it, like I think that's necessary. W's in the chat for Tess. What up, Tess? Who sent a $10 donation saying, you were warned about the sugar-free gummy worms. I don't think this is sugar-free, is it? Oh, it is. It says fat-free, but fat-free doesn't mean sugar-free because this thing has 13 total grams of sugar. I don't think this is sugar-free. I know. Yeah, no, this isn't sugar-free. Okay. Not management on the back end. Like, wrap that shit up, B. Wrap it up. W's in the chat for Just Devin for the $2 super chat to say, I'm white, and I agree we need to do a lot better. Just Devin, if we're going to be honest, everybody needs to do a lot better. Like, I know it's easy for us to specifically point to and call out, white people or whatever, and which I will do that all day, every day, twice on Sunday. But like everybody in general needs to do better. And I sincerely mean that. We all have to do better. W's in the chat for, hold on. Twitch, I ain't forget about y'all. Twitch was the only chat that had any type of act right tonight. Just FYI, fucking TikTok and YouTube. Fucking TikTok and YouTube. Twitch is the only one that act like they had some home training tonight. Twitch is the only one that had some home training tonight. YouTube and fucking TikTok chat. FYI.
Is that when you have a blockade in the Strait of Hormuz, right? And you have 20% of the world's oil that cannot go and flow through the Strait of Hormuz. What does that mean? That means that there's a shortage in the worldwide availability of oil, which means that's why you're seeing oil prices as high as they are today. That's it. So when you have that blockade, no ships coming to America does anything because we're already producing at our capacity of oil. That does not change anything because still 20% of the world's oil is literally not allowed to pass through the strait. And he knows that, but that's why he didn't want to let me talk. Hello?
Hey, Isaiah. How you doing, man?
What's going on?
Hey, thank you for everything you're doing, man. I'm learning so much from you. I just hope you take the time to answer one question for me, please. I'm kind of confused. How does Texas, I understand Virginia because of this gerrymandering, the citizens were able to vote and knock that down. But it was passed through Texas without us voting. I mean,
Yeah.
I live in Texas. I don't understand the legal rim, how that happens. Could you just touch on that and what exactly is gerrymandering?
Yeah, so I got to get back to debates, but I will say that in Texas state law to change the districts, there's nothing requiring a state referendum. In the Virginia Constitution, it's a little bit different. Same thing in California. So those things were temporary measures to override the state constitution, which had independent redistricting committees. In order to do that, they had to vote on it. And so it's not the same for every state. But anyways, I do appreciate you for coming up. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Absolutely. Hello.
Hello. How are you?
What's up?
I wanted to get possibly your insight on someone like myself. I'm 30 years old. I'm an African-American woman. I live in California. And I wanted to get your advice as somebody who kind of doesn't really see how voting and politics is really in our favor anymore. I'm never going to say that
from TikTok was like, I'm just gonna listen to management, to, oh, TikTok don't like pocket worms either, to, oh, that's what you get for putting down YouTube. I saw all the shit you all were talking. Saw it all. And I'm putting hits out on each and every one of you. King Kong ain't got shit on me. FYI. Let me finish this up really quick before this shit does it again. W's in the chat for Ellie for the resubscription over on Twitch. W's in the chat for Land Rose for the one gifted Twitch sub. W's in the chat for Land Rose for another gifted sub. W's in the chat for One Mighty Pen, who sent out 5 Twitch subs. W's in the chat for Manders for the 4 cheers. W's in the chat for Ellie Blue for the 100 bits. W's in the chat for Vixen for the sub over on Twitch. W's in the chat for One Mighty Pen, who sent out 5 more subs over on Twitch. W's in the chat for Ellie Blue for the 100 bits. We got a hype train going with a shit ton of new people. Guys, if you became a actual member over on Twitch, if you became a sub, FYI, get in the Discord. That's a part of your benefits. Make sure you're joining the Discord. Like, fucking get in there. Please and thank you. Please and thank you. W's in the chat for Brookie for the $1 donation saying, love the Twitch chat. Everyone there is hilarious. Fucking Twitch is though. Like, I'm not even gonna hold you. Not even gonna hold you. You guys don't know how funny Twitch actually is. And I'm gonna be honest. Twitch and I sit and talk before I go live on TikTok. Yep. I always go live first on Twitch, and we normally sit and have a conversation before I start my, it's not disrespectful, whatever. I always sit and talk to Twitch first before I go live. Like, we hang out for a while. Sometimes I'll just sit there and talk for like 5 or 10 minutes before we even go live. Like, just fucking hanging out over on Twitch. They said, shh, don't tell everyone. They said, don't tell everyone. My bad. We be hanging out. My bad. Okay. All right. Management said, you better say bye to your friends before it fuck up again. All right, we better get out of here seriously, though, before it crash again. Oh, fuck. All right, guys, let's go.
You stepped in the box, now you're in the ring. Ain't no hugs here, you better take your best swing. Mike Hot. Who wanna step in the flame? This ain't a debate. This a mind game. Facts type lies get left in chain. One wrong word, get slapped out your name. This ain't TikTok T, this a war zone talk. No script, no filter, no safe walk. Bring stats to get scrambled like a glitch. I got fire in my mouth like I came from the pit.
Hey, W's in the chat for the chat. W's in the chat for the chat, guys. It was an interesting night. It was only supposed to be like a quick little something. We just did a little something tonight. I think it's good. I think we're good. We'll be back in the morning. W's in the chat for just Devin, who sent the $2 super chat to say, try the J2. I don't like the Mexican soda. Like, management loves that, but I don't like those. I don't know. It just leaves a funny taste in my mouth, but I'm willing to try it. Also, W's in the chat for Tess for the $1 donation saying tamales. Listen to management. T-shirt time. It is. All right, guys, we're getting out of here. We'll be back in the morning. We will be back in the morning with some more debates. See you guys in the morning. Thank you all. Thank you all for hanging out tonight. It was fun. I appreciate the hell out of it. Seriously. I do. You guys are a beautiful community, and I appreciate you. Thank you for all the gifts, the taps, the likes, the shares. Thank you all for hanging out. Thank you all for being amazing. I love you all. It is always